pads have come on, full pads have come on, how the practice has been now that you guys are fully armored up.
Yeah, it's been great. We had 2 non-padded practices, but now that they're on, it's real football and we're all going. So both sides of the ball have looked really good, and both played really physical, which is fun to see, and it's been a blast out here.
What stood out about your tight end group when you watch back the film?
I think that we're starting to become a lot more physical each and every day. People are starting to, learn their bodies from how they change in the summer, and we're starting to see those changes and use them in ways that are better and stuff like that. And I think just being more consistent from top to bottom and coming out every day and not starting slow and trying to, not get hit in the face to respond and, try to, start fast.
You mentioned at the media day, this is the best you felt, after taking some time off in the spring.
Yeah.
How does it actually feel being out there? Because you look, you're moving really well out there.
Yeah, no, I feel great. It's the best I've felt in I don't know how long. So it was, it was tough to sit out in spring, but, it definitely is paying off now, and my body feels the best it ever has.
Was it just the extra rest? Were you doing like yoga or something, or what? Anything change?
I think I did some extra rest, obviously, and then I did some strengthening stuff in specific spots that I wasn't doing before. That's helping me a lot, feel a lot better out there on the field. So just continuing to do that and being smart with my body, and just knowing, it's one day at a time, and I want to be good for the long run.
How's it been working with Coach Savage? Kind of what have you been able to learn from him?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Ever since Coach Savage has come in, he's taught us so much. A lot in the route game stuff, because, we came from Coach Hansen, who's a great tight end coach with the O-line background, and then Coach Savage with the receiver background. So I feel like I kind of got the best of both worlds for a tight end, learning from an O-line and a receiver coach. I feel like couldn't ask for nothing else as a tight end. So but Coach Savage has been awesome, man. He's really technical about, his details, and he's hard on guys at the top from all the way to the bottom. So, can't ask more for what he's done for us, and, we'll continue to develop.
Was there a point of emphasis on, your game specifically that he wanted to work on that he came in and that you guys did?
Yeah, I think just being more consistent and more, fluid in my routes and stuff like that. So, still working on that for sure, and he's getting me right, but I'll probably say just being a little more fluid.
Heading to your last year, have you had a chance to kind of reflect on everything, and kind of what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's my last year. It's gone by really fast. I feel like the days go by slow, but everything else goes by really fast. I feel like I kind of still can just look back when I was a freshman. So it definitely hasn't hit me yet. This will be my last year, and I'm going through all my last firsts right now. My last summer workout, my last first practice of fall camp, my last fall camp. So I'm just trying to take it. Not take it for granted and be grateful for it, and just be grateful.
What's been kind of your message to the young guys as you kind of reflect on that? Like you said, it kind of flies by. What's been your message to some of these freshmen and these other young guys?
I'd say especially in fall camp, just to not get too high and not get too low. Fall camp is a long time, and you're gonna have a good practice, you're gonna have a good practice, bad practice, good plays, bad plays, and you can't get too high on the good plays because you won't be focused on the next play, and vice versa. So I think just really harping into playing the long game and trying to keep a steady head through plays and practices and stuff like this, because a lot of these dudes, this is their first real fall camp and stuff like that. So I know it's tough. It was tough for me when I was a freshman. I couldn't believe how much we were up here. So I think just kind of trying to help those guys however I can.
How does brotherhood off the field translate on the field?
Yeah, I think this is probably the closest team we've ever had, hanging out as a whole. Normally we'll have little groups hanging out here and there, but we'll have whole people to, people's rooftops, the whole team's there, and we're eating together, we're doing a bunch of stuff. A lot of guys are getting into golf and stuff like that. So I think that just kind of, does nothing but help on the field, when you have your back off the field, it's only going to help on the field. So I think we trust each other so much off the field that it translates to on the field, and we're holding each other accountable. It's where if we see somebody mess up, even though that's our boy, we're going to call it out before a coach sees it. So I think that's something that feels different this year than it has in the past, and we still have to continue to do it and get better at it. But I think it's something that's really developed.
I saw Gavin post this, but did you guys have a mentalist or a magician come in?
Yeah, we had somebody come in for a little team entertainment thing yesterday. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I've never really believed it, because you watch it online and they read people's minds. You're like, okay, but he said some pretty crazy stuff.
Where did the golf stuff come in? Because I heard recruits talking about doing it on their visits here, and every player talked about it at media days. Where does golf stuff come in?
I don't know. It kind of Coach Riley's a big golfer, so maybe it started there. But I think golf, just in general, is starting to become a lot more popular, and it's easy way to be outdoors for 5 hours, hanging out with your boys and kind of getting away from everything else. And it's a really addicting sport. So guys like me, I don't have summer class. So, you know, once you're done with summer workouts, you kind of done all with all your extra work, you have a bunch of time. So I think that's kind of how I got into it, just having a little bit of extra time and wanting to do something. So that's what got me into it, and then got a bunch of my teammates into it, and you know we all have a bunch of fun when we go do that.
How's your game?
Yeah, I just started playing about 3 months ago, so it's not too good, but it's a lot better than it was 3 months ago.
Who's good?
Gage Roy is the best golfer on our team. Him and Hank Pepper are I've golfed with both of them, and they're both very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it been working with Jaden this fall? I know you missed the second half of spring, but how's it been?
Yeah, so it was good working with him in the first half of spring, but obviously missed the second half, like you said. But it's been awesome to work with him in this fall camp. I feel like me and him have been on the same page, and we'll continue to do that and continue to develop.